Hello everybody on the internet watching, and welcome to week 2 of preseason action in the Totally Normal Football League, as we're here in the swamp as the Kingston Gators are hosting the Jackson Hole Janitors in what should be a very interesting matchup. The Kingston Gators are looking to rebound after their very narrow defeat against their rivals, the Toronto Trash Pandas, after both teams completely went into each other. The most yards and points scored of any of the 3 preseason games was between the two of them. And the Janitors had a very, to say the least, interesting low-scoring game against the Knitters. So a change of pace for them both here. Now, the Jackson Hole Janitors haven't had too many big roster changes. They've shuffled up their running backs. They have a couple of they've shuffled up their O-line and a bit of their defense, but compared to the Gators, they've done nothing. The Gators have completely tore up their original roster and almost reassigned every single person. That trio of linebackers we were hyping up last week in McDiggle, McFridge, and Fennick, they are all in different positions, with McDiggle still retaining his lead linebacker status. We have Ziggy Side Smash kicking us off as the Jackson Hole Janitors will get first possession in this game. And here we go. Of course, the story of last game is... oh my god, hurdles him. He gets the tackle. Returning for the Jackson Hole Janitors is fullback Kayleen Rando, who started off his game against the Knitters, returning the first kickoff of the game for the only touchdown that would happen in any of the 4 quarters. If you want to know how that game against the Knitters went. In command of the Janitors offense is Alex Fops, regarded as one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now, but he had the lowest passer rating as anyone as he throws to the outside there. Nice deke thrown to Tyler Clark. Nice stunt move there to evade the tackle. But yeah, Alex Fops was highly sought after in the draft, and he had the lowest passer rating of any QB last week at a 34.8, throwing 1 interception. Alex Fops has a good tackle there, and an interception by the strong safety yes, that is McFridge. So from linebacker to strong safety is McFridge, and he's already at home in his position. And immediately, as I was saying that Alex Fops has been suffering with the interceptions, he's already thrown one on the second play of the game, and the Gators have the ball at the midpoint of the field. Now in control of the Gators is Nathan Pope as he hands it off to Jake St. Jokester, and he gets a first down run. Explosive running offense, and it's a bit of a topsy-turvy world here. There's a lot... I wish I had a bit of a pre-show to talk about everything I want to talk about these two teams. And I feel like I'm going to have so many incomplete thoughts, so bear with me here as I'm information overloaded. But the Gators' running offense was terrible. They were hyping up their star running back, Aston Sullivan, and they only rushed for a pitiful 6 yards total against the Trash Pandas. Their main attack has been the amazing connection between Nathan Pope, the quarterback, and wide receiver Omar Jeltz. 373 passing yards by the Gators against the Trash Pandas. Now, the Janitors' offense is absolutely incredible. Oh my god, Jake St. Jokester, huge tackle for loss there. Because I believe that was Michael Tyre, and the front 7 for the Janitors is nuts. They have Rock and Stone, they have Tyre, they've added Len players to that defensive line, and they've got Alan Combo. They have one of the most relentless pass rushes in the league, but a great reception there. Doug Gongshow on the outside as the cornerback tackles him down. And we're going to see the Gators switch from being a run-focused team last week that basically did nothing and ended up being a Hail Mary machine. And now they've completely changed up their roster, their attack, and they're completely focusing on these wide receiver routes between Jeltz and Gongshow, and they're really going to use those two as weapons, as their running backs are mostly going to be for blocking, and I think we're mostly going to see, if it's going to be past anyone, it's going to be J.K. Jokester as he goes down there. But the concern is that the yards allowed. Oh my goodness. Throw over the middle goes to nowhere, but a penalty. Defensive pass interference on Dunnett? Okay. Whatever you say, game. I saw nothing. But it's going to be placed at the dead ball spot, automatic first down there. And Pope, play action as he's encroached on all sides and a high ball thrown way over the head of J.K. Jokester, who was in the end zone. Pope backing up over the middle, complete the gong show, a yard short. And it's 1st and inches. This drive started by an interception from Tyler McFridge, and it's another interception as number 91, that's the cornerback, Bobby Williamson, gets the pick way off course there. Jeltz was in the back left of the end zone, and it just goes right into the hands of the cornerback. And an interception drive for an interception drive. There we go. Oh, that's completely sniffed out. Now, the defense for the Gators, again, everything on this team has been completely shaken up. And what's benefited the most is the Gators cornerbacks. Instead of being their star running back, you have Aston Sullivan, who only rushed for 5 yards. Oh my god, taken down. Aston Sullivan's now a corner or a defensive end, and he's going to be joining what's turned into a pretty reasonable pass rush on the Gators defense. So both teams going to be heavy blitzing here. Lots of time for Fops, but he throws it over the middle to no one, and that's a 4th down. I don't know where Fops was throwing that ball to. But Marcus Gravy, the new punter for the Janitors, is going to punt here on a 4th and 7. And the Gators start their second drive of the game. 2 interceptions and a punt here so far in the game. That's definitely going to hurt Nathan Pope's passer rating. He had the highest passer rating of 119.3 against the Trash Pandas. Really deep pass! And it's almost caught by Omar Jeltz. But Bobby Williamson, already responsible for an interception, breaks up the pass wonderfully. And that is what the Janitors are going to have to do all game here. Nathan Pope has threatened time and time again in their previous preseason game. Those deep Hail Mary passes, those completions, especially to wide receiver Omar Jeltz. And Pope is going for another one off to the side, and Jeltz gets a 1st down pass. If I were the Janitors, I'd be double covering Jeltz all game, but then Doug Gongshow is also a fairly reasonable receiver. However, Gongshow has incredibly pitiful speed where Omar Jeltz, if he gets a breakaway, nobody's going to catch him. Hand off to J.K. Jokester, goes nowhere as he goes right directly into Maurice Bateman. And while Nathan Pope has been amazing with his the aim and power for these Hail Mary passes, he was also the most sacked quarterback of anybody in the Week 1 games. Being sacked a grand total of 4 times as it goes over the middle, and once again, Williamson. Oh, that wasn't Williamson. That was Zach Racer, the safety. And the Janitors secondary doing amazing here on this drive. 3rd and 9. Expect the Gators to go to the air here. No, it's a all fake handoff, deep pass there, and it's to Jeltz, who's in double coverage, and it still doesn't matter. Zach Racer, and it looked like strong safety Jamie Benwalla was back there. It went through both of them for the Jeltz cover, and amazing stuff there. Oh, right off the back of Doug Gongshow's head. Or no, that was Martin Fennick, number 17, a new wide receiver, former linebacker turned wide receiver weapon for the Gators. But yeah, Omar Jeltz was one of the standout players, offensive players in the last week. 130 yards after carry, longest catch, 88 yards. Total yards of 280. As J.K. Jokester gets around for a first down run. Amazing stuff there. Tackled by Jason DeFlanger, preventing that touchdown. And the Gators offense looks miles better, especially their ground offense looks miles better than they did against the Trash Pandas. So whatever adjustments they did to their running back core and their blocking has paid dividends, as they're now in the red zone of the Janitors. And once again, they give it to Jokester. Nice little dodge move there, but the cornerback was there to stop the play dead. Only a gain of 1 yard as we end the first quarter. Yeah, Omar Jeltz averaging 35 yards a catch, which is second in the league next to Tanner Corner Camper. He's in first, and J.K. Jokester right up the middle for a touchdown, and Gators lead by 6. And Jokester looking a whole lot like what they were expecting Aston Sullivan to do in the first week game, but actually making these key runs as Ricky Timbit attempts the point after try. Trying to get one through the donut hole here. And it's chocolate glazed. Ziggy side smash set to kick off. Already 2 interceptions thrown this game, one by both quarterbacks. And we didn't really get to see much of the Janitors' offense that last drive, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. Tyler Clark already had an amazing run, but the main weapon that the Janitors have, they gained the most yards with Greg Trucker, another of their running backs. It is interesting because the Janitors sort of set themselves up to be a more passing team, but Greg Trucker has been putting in a ton of work, doing most of the damage against the Knitters. And I think there he is here, as it goes right up the middle for 7 yards. Yes, that was Greg Trucker. No, that was Tyler Clark again, actually. They have Tyler Clark as their main running back. Interesting. 2nd and 2, great position here. You can pretty much call whatever you damn well want. So you can go deep as Alex Fops looks over the middle, completes the wide receiver George Brinks, who also put in a little bit of work against the Knitters last week. He gets his first reception. Fops again goes to pass. Another huge completion to Albert Presale. Or no, that was to the tight end. That was to Perry Bulkyson, who comes by his name honestly. And the Janitors are at the halfway mark. There we go. Lots of passing from Alex Fops and a great tackle there. That reception was to Bruce Bogdan, who's the star wide receiver for the Janitors, who decidedly underperformed against the Knitters. Although the Janitors did hold the Knitters scoreless. A throw off. A handoff to Tyler Clark, who gets tackled for a loss by Peter Blubb, who also comes by his name honestly. So that makes it 2nd and long for the Janitors. Now Alex Fobbs comfortably in the pocket, over the middle. That looks like another reception to Bulkison. And the Gators star linebacker, Jay McDiggle, with the tackle. Again, we haven't seen much pressure from the quote-unquote improved Gators front defense, and oh, I say that. And Fizzlebeef gets a key tackle there to force a 4th down. David Fizzlebeef, the defensive end. And Oscar Dudeman attempting a 49-yard field goal attempt. And it's good. And no, there's a holding penalty, which will be enforced after the kick. So the kick should be good. No, it's not. So they'll have to replay the down with a 5-yard loss. And they're going to choose to punt it instead. A huge penalty there for holding. Removes 3 points from the Janitors. I believe that would have been Oscar Dudeman's longest field goal. Had that gone through. A handoff to J.K. Jokester only goes a yard as he goes right into the Janitors' defense. There we go, Nathan Pope, play action, tipped out of the air by who done it? Geronte done it, the cornerback. I'm trying to find Geronte Dunnett's stats. He's had so many deflections in his game against that deep ball by Nathan Pope, and it's tipped away. Bobby Williamson saying no to the Omar Jeltz train. They saw how the Trash Pandals were nearly defeated. And they're going to cause a punt from the Gators. The Janitors secondary doing amazing work preventing these huge potential touchdowns. Because every Omar Jeltz reception, that kid is fast enough that he gets his hands on the ball. He's just going to go away with it. There are Geronte Dunnett, 3 deflections. Tying Danny Hairline for the most in the league. You know, good pressure and almost caught. Peter Blubb had his hands on it, tips it down. Jim McDiggle is now an outside linebacker. Peter Blubb as middle linebacker now, and he is basically a billboard in the middle of the field there as it hits off of him, just to prove what I was saying here. It's pretty much a mountain that you need to lob over, and he's going to shut down any low passes like that down the middle. And again, we haven't really seen the receivers on the Janitors do too much. Fops deep in the pocket, and once again, the billboard, Peter Blub. Hitting the do not cross sign. And Marcus Gravy is set out to punt again. So Peter Blub, the key defensive playmaker there, forcing this punt. Oh, very quickly tackled. Which is good because David Fizzlebeef leads the league in average punt return yards. Averages 4.5 per return. But on kick returns, he has a total of 120 yards. Averaging 20 a kickoff and immediately shut down by number 62. Len Players, new to the defensive line, showing that he belongs there as that handoff to J.K. Jokester was immediately killed off. Loss of 4 yards on the play, 2nd and long for the Gators. Lots of time, deep and tipped away. Intended receiver was Larry Balding. And these Giants in the secondary are getting their pay today as they're shutting off the key offensive tool of the Gators. Nathan Pope way back, drops 10 yards back, huge bullet, and tipped away by whodunit. Geronte Dunnett with another deflection. And so the Gators held at 4th and really long. Ziggy side smash out to punt. And a great defensive stop back-to-back by both teams. I feel like this is going to be quite a low-scoring game. There's the 2-minute warning of the half. Now, credit to the Janitors O-line. On paper, the interior defense of the Gators is quite scary, but this O-line has been making them look pretty docile. Almost tipped away by Randall Cloud, but number 16 comes up with the reception. Bruce Bogdan makes a key first down catch, trying to start off this 2-minute drill for the Gators under pressure. Another completion to the tight end. And the Janitors, 2 quick first downs in a row. And over the middle, but incomplete. Harry Bulkison looking like he dropped it there. And then incomplete pass is going to stop the clock until they hike the ball. So they got a little bit of time here to prepare. Again, Alex Fopp super comfortable in this. Aston Sullivan almost gets his pants on it. Tipped away by Ruben Staples. That could have been a huge play there for the Janitors. But again, the secondary on both teams doing an excellent job at shutting this down. And the Janitors 0 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. At their 45-yard line, not in enemy territory yet. And it's a huge completion. George Brinks with another key first down as they are now on the Gators' 40-yard line, 1:20 left. Lots of timeouts remaining. Again, Alex Fops dropping in the pocket. Another big completion. Another George Brinks back-to-back first downs, and they are going. The Gators are sweating, trying to keep up. Big completion there. Albert Presale gets 6 yards, and there's a timeout for Jackson Hole. They're absolutely destroying the Gators' offense, carving it up first down after first down there. And a running play thrown off, and it doesn't get anywhere. Tyler Clark looking real slow. Third and fourth, a key stop here for the Gators, trying to hold Jackson hold, and tipped away by McFridge. And none of these 20-yard plus passes, and it's going to be a field goal attempt for Dude Man, and God willing, the points will stay on the board this time. And splits the uprights. Perfect shot there by Oscar Dudeman. And Dudeman kicking it off to the Gators with only 50 seconds left on the clock. Still lots of timeout. The Gators can easily turn this into a scoring drive. As Ruben Staples opts for the touchback. So begins this drive for the Gators. I'm expecting a lot of Omar Jeltz passes, which the Janitors have been doing an amazing job of shutting down. There we go. Pope drops back at a sack. Rockenstone records his first sack of the game. That scary, scary D-line of the Janitors finally showing their colors. The first sack of theirs on the whole is going to set the Gators back 4 yards. Forcing them to use a timeout. And a handoff to J.K. Jokester gets those yards back as they've set up back on the 20-yard line. Another timeout used. Now, I think 2 for 5 on third down conversions. The Gators are definitely going to save that last timeout for when they're in field goal range. So we're going to see another blitz, maybe here. Tries to get through, completion to Omar Jeltz for a first down, and they're going to hurriedly get to the line. And the play clock is stopped, so I think the Gators used their last timeout. No, they did not use their last timeout. Oh my god. Hurry up, boys. Janitors need some good coverage here, and another sack, but it's off in time as Milo Zapp gets 8 yards. How did Nathan Pope get that throw off in time? As Kingston uses their final timeout. Unfortunately, wasn't able to see which person got the sack there. And again, Nathan Pope over the middle, deflected. And that incomplete pass, again, a blessing in disguise for the Gators as they only have 18 seconds left. That play clock is going to be stopped. Now, the Gators are out of timeouts. They will not be able to easily set up for a field goal, so this has to be a touchdown, or they're going into the half 7-3 lest they throw an interception, a J.K. Jokester run right up the middle for a couple of yards. It's going to run the clock down, and the Gators will have one play. They need to quickly snap this off. Oh, no, okay, one play. One play to the outside to Larry Balding, and that's going to draw the half to a close. And as you see there, it's a fairly close game, even though the score doesn't say so. It should be 6-7, but a holding penalty on a field goal attempt by Oscar Dudeman prevented those, probably the most costly penalty so far in the league. We're running. Oh my god, the tandem tackle. Ruben Staples running for his life there. The Gators maintain possession of the ball in the half, and Omar Jeltz being tied up there and unable to receive the ball. Great work on the cornerback. Bobby Williamson on the left side there. Durante Dunnett shutting down anything and everything being thrown to the right. And Nathan Pope throws it to his favorite man, Omar Jeltz, with a huge reception as they're now in Janitors territory already. Nathan Pope handoff to J.K. Jokester. Tries to do something up the middle, but only gets maybe a yard. Another J.K. Jokester handoff, and Michael Tired telling him where exactly to sit down. And a big reception there to Gong Show, unfortunately. Not for a first down. They're going to be a couple yards short. However, the Gators are in enemy territory. Oh, they are going to punt it. Interesting. 4th and 4 in enemy territory. Analytics probably say go for it, but what do I know? Kingston is in the lead. That's going to be easily kicked for a touchback at that distance. And the Janitors get their first drive of the half. Gators showing man coverage as they hand it off to their main running back threat. Gets a couple of yards there off a spin move. Tyler Clark doing fairly 1.6 yards. Maybe not, Lyle. I think I saw the Gators averaging 2. And that has been typically the Gators' big reason the Gators lost out on a lot of defense. Great work there by great work by Bert Haybarn. But the Gators were very weak to the run, and that could just because Ricky Bonbon playing for the Trash Pandas is kind of an unstoppable force when it comes to running backs. But they allowed the most rushing yards of any team in the first week of games. And Alex Fops has so much time, and I cannot believe that was caught. Matthew Evanson with a big wrist. He was tied up, and Evanson still came up with the catch for a first down. Pick the ball over and deflected by the billboard, Peter Blub. I guess that's his new nickname now. Strong safety, looking for a safety blitz, and oh! Fops gets rid of it in time, but Gators were coming there on the blitz, and that was probably the first time we've seen Alex Fops pressured all game. Of course, Alex had that. Alex was tackled earlier, but managed to get a miraculous throw off that was caught for yards. Over the middle and broken up by Jay McDiggle. Or no, that's Graham Howard, the cornerback. And Marcus Gravy, his 4th punt today. Averaging a fairly reasonable 35 yards. The best league average in punting belongs to Gators punter Ziggy Sidesmash at 45.3. An average of 35 for the Janitors will put them right in the middle in terms of punting effectiveness of all teams. And another J.K. Jokester handoff goes nowhere. Second and 9, so they did gain a yard off that. Pope drops back, not pressured at all, deep to the right side, and it's caught by Dong Show. Durante done it with the tackle. And Kingston has done the Kingston Gators have done a really great job at an explosive run by Jokester. Was that a first down, or are they inches away? Again, the Gators finally finding success with the run offense after it being so pitiful. And that is a first down. Great work there from JK, as the Janitors are now defending themselves in their territory. And again, that pass rush almost gets through, but a deep ball tipped away as Jeltz is on the ground in the end zone. Let's see here. Look at the speed of Williamson. And again, that Williamson-Jeltz matchup one-on-one has been huge for the Janitors. And Williamson just so huge, and he has a great jumping stat apparently. And he is shutting down these big Hail Mary passes that were so successful against the Trash Pandas in week 1. Pope, lots of time, throws it over the middle. And that's complete to the Larry Balding. Still a fairly low-scoring game. Kingston 7, Jackson Hole 3. And Pope, play action, throws it over the middle, tipped off by who done it? Durante done it. Who, if he doesn't lead the league in deflections after the week 2 games are done, I'll be very surprised. Again, only the other one tying for him is the star linebacker, big over the middle to Jeltz. And finally one gets through the cracks, or was that incomplete? Was that incomplete? Was Williamson? No, that's incomplete. Williamson again winning the Jeltz battle one-on-one. Amazing defensive play there. And Kingston, 50% for third down conversions. Pope looking for someone open. And incomplete, but there's a flag on the play. Defensive interference on middle linebacker Simpleton. And another huge penalty costs Jackson Hole greatly. They have been absolutely hosed on these penalties. First losing out 3 points on a holding penalty. Tackle for loss of 2 yards there. And now a key defensive stop. Kneecapped because of another pass interference penalty. J.K. Jokester handoff, again up the middle, going nowhere. 2 great run stops by the Janitors. Marshall Rockenstone looking great. Again, we've only seen 1 Nathan Pope sack. Nathan Pope, again, was the most sacked quarterback in the league, and a freak snap! And Michael Tyre comes up, and he's tackled Nathan Sittler. And Erwin Mongo catching up to him. But that is Jamad Gilbert's 2nd freak snap, and one could argue that his freak snap against the Trash Pandas were the reasons the Gators would ultimately lose that match. Play action pass, huge reception! Immediately to Bruce Bogdan. Tyler Clark run for a couple of yards. And we're entering the 4th quarter of this low-scoring game. It's not as low-scoring as the Janitors-Knitters game a couple of days ago for week 1 of the preseason, in which Jackson won 12-0 with a touchdown, a safety, and a field goal, which is a combination of Lego bricks that's very sad. As Tyler Clark gets another tiny runoff as Jackson continues to burn clock time. 2 for 7 on 3rd down conversions is Jackson Hole. Kind of a dire stat there, and says a lot about the Gators defense and their field position, but that is going to be good as Tamar O'Kay receives his first reception of the day and a touchdown. And the Jackson is going to be up 3 points. And the kick is good. Oscar Dudeman technically recording his 3rd completed field goal of the day. Ruben Staples returns the ball for a couple of yards. Gets them just past the 20-yard line. And the Gators again will have to march down the field. A big handoff to J.K. Jokester. Gets about 2 yards. It's about 4 yards, apparently. Hope drops back. And almost intercepted! Rory Fisher had his hands on the ball, the backup cornerback. And it looks like Geronte Dunn is back out there for left cornerback. Hope in the pocket, pump fakes, shoots again, it's complete! Larry Balding, another reception for a first down. Or no, that was the Gong Show, sorry. That 7 looked a hell of a lot like a 1 for some reason. And again, Gators fans are hoping that we'll see another Oh, a pretty decent run up the middle there for 5 yards. And J.K. Jokester has been doing very good as the Gators' lead running back. As I think the game just crashed. Oh God, please don't tell me the game just crashed. What is happening? No, dude. No. Oh, fuck me, dude. Oh, oh. It's unfrozen! Okay, hell yeah! Saved. Woo, don't scare me like that, game. Ah, you gotta love games from 2004. Alright, where were we? 2nd and 6 here for the Gators. Another J.K. Jokester handoff for no gain. Again, that front four of the Janitors just... You're basically trying to be like the Kool-Aid Man, only you're only a quarter of the strength. Rockenstone Tire players and Combo basically make playing Red Rover infeasible. Pope dropping back, comfortable in the pocket, deep to the left side to no one, and it's 4th down. And the crowd goes wild as the Gators are going for it. 4th and 6. Hope drops back. No pressure. Over the left side, complete to Jeltz as he goes out of bounds to stop the clock. And the Gators are alive. And Jackson Hole's challenging the catch. Was it out of bounds? Are they saying? Yeah, that's inbounds. I don't know what you're talking about. That foot is down. If this play is reversed, that confirms my theory that whenever a play call is challenged, the AI just immediately wins it, because why would they challenge something like that? What the fuck? Okay, well finally the refs are in favor of the Janitors, because that's going to cause a turnover on Gators territory. Jackson Hole up 3 points. Perhaps the same 3 points they could have been leading by had a holding penalty not been enforced. Another Tyler Clark handoff stopped dead. Bops in the pocket and tipped away by the billboard. Peter Blubb with another key tackle on Tomorrow K. Tomorrow K having Jackson Hole's only touchdown. Immediate pass to Tomorrow K, who is taken down. Jordan Mycock getting the tackle there. That's going to cause a punt from Jackson Hole as they give the ball back to the Gators. A fair catch called, and it's going to roll in for a touchback. A key drive here for the Gators. This is a start from their 20-yard line. A handoff to J.K. Jokester right up the middle for 4 yards. Good work. And again, that was a lot like trying to watch a Trying to watch a combine go straight through like a narrow street. Jake and Joester barely had any room to work with, and immediately sacked by Allen Combo. The second sack of the game, as the roarous crowd boos. As the Quartet of Terror records yet another sack. And Pope, oh my God! And the Janitors smell blood in the water. Pope having to throw that away before being ran over by a Metro bus. Holy smokes. And Side Smash has to punt it away. And it's caught. Both cornerbacks tackling over the receiver there. Fullback Kaleem Rando. As the Janitors have great field position to start this drive. After amazing defensive performance from their front four. A handoff only gets about 3-4 yards. And they're really putting all their oh my God, McFridge, huge missed tackle there. But the Janitors are really putting all their eggs in the Tyler Clark boat. And it's worked out about medium low. And a timeout or 2-minute warning. And if Jackson can turn this into a touchdown drive, that's almost going to immediately dash the hopes there of Kingston, lest they get a emergency turnover. So it's up to the Janitors to waste as much time as possible. So again, I think you're going to see a lot more Tyler Clark here as they try and burn down the clock as much as possible. And a timeout called by Kingston to try and preserve as much clock as possible. Another handoff to Clark and dodges the tackle, dodges 3 men, as it's finally Randall Cloud who's going to be the one to stop him. Holy moly. Tyler Clark jumping over them like he's playing Temple of Apshai. And Marcus Gravy again has to punt, and it's up to the Gators to do a 2-minute drill. And missed punt, and the kicking team recovers. Jackson Hole running it into the end zone, and no one's there to stop them. Touchdown, Janitors. A mishap turnover allows the Janitors to possibly hammer in the nails of the coffin of this game. A 33-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown. I can't believe it. And in order for Kingston to get back in this game, they need a touchdown and a turnover. 17-7. With 1:40 remaining. Kingston with only 2 timeouts remaining. The home team is going to need a miracle here to come up with a win, lest they go 0-2 in the preseason. And that's going to be a touchback. So the touchback freezes the clock. The Gators starting from their 20. 1:39 seconds to make it happen. I smell an Omar Jeltz pass. And no, trying to pass it to Milo Zapp, the tight end, but a tackle incomplete. Again, freezes the clock for the Gators. Now, we have not seen an Omar Jeltz Hail Mary all game. And I think that is what the Gators are going to have to completely rely on here to keep any hope alive against the Janitors defense, which has been doing an amazing job this second half of shutting them down. Pope waiting for his opportunity deep to the right side, but easily swatted away by Rory Fisher. Another incomplete pass here. Kingston with only 2 more tries, lest they get another first down here. 50% third down conversion rate for your Gators. Now Jackson has to be wary about blitzing. They need to keep the covers, and another incomplete to Omar Jeltz. Bobby Williamson again has been completely dominant in that matchup between him and Omar Jeltz, nullifying one of the Gators' best weapons all game. 1st and 10, do or die here for the Gators. We are either going to get a Hail Mary touchdown pass, or we are going to see Jackson Hole come out the victor. Big pass! And it's tipped away by Williamson, and the Gators are not looking good. Turnover on downs at the 20. The Janitors are giggling. They have to play clean, don't give up any fumbles, don't give up any turnovers here. And this game is theirs, 17-7. And they're going to handle a big stiff arm. As Chen Chokuno, backup linebacker, comes in for the tackle. And again, Jackson Hole is totally fine with burning up this play clock. Another running play. Gets pretty far, a 6-yard run. And Kingston calls their last timeout. Alex Fobbs is going to be continuing to hand it off here. No need to do anything drastic like throw and perhaps cause an interception. He's already thrown 1 interception already this game. So this is going to be yet another handoff. No, he's going to take a knee. And this should be a field goal, and this will just kill the game. Burning as much time on this field goal attempt as possible. And there's a kick. And it's good. 20-7. This game is over. Kingston, no timeouts. Only 18 seconds remaining. And again, all the game balls in the world goes to the Janitors defense. And I'm already confident in naming Bobby Williamson as Defensive Player of the Game. Completely nullifying any hope of Omar Jeltz. Allowing the Gators to get back in this game. In fact, all of the Janitors secondary needs props. Geronte Dunnett, another big tip-offs as Omar Jeltz runs it through a pile of bodies, showing what could have been. Will the Gators get one final snap, or will they just call it a game? Yeah, Nathan Pope is going to spike it. And it looks like they're going to try and kick a field goal here to make the... No, they're going to go for it. They're going to do one final Hail Mary for the fans. Who knows? Maybe we'll get that Omar Jeltz touchdown. Or maybe Williamson will continue to show us why he needs to get paid way more money than he is. Pope steps back in the spot. Big throw. And tipped away once again by Bobby Williamson. And the Janitors take it 20-7 in a huge victory. There we go. So that kicks off the first game of the second week of preseason games. Each of the 6 teams are given 2 games each to shake up their brackets however the way they want before the regular season starts. And that is it for these 2 teams. And the Janitors' adjustments look fairly good. Their running game looks fine, but easily their defense was significantly improved from last game. And their secondary was more than enough up to the task of completely nullifying the greatest threat that the Gators have, and that is a huge reason why they got in this game. Now, the Omar Jelts, getting the bad catch getting overturned. That's, I'll keep my tongue bit on that, but a well-deserved win from the Janitors as they go into the regular season 2-0. And the Gators 0-2. That's going to be it for football action tonight. Join us Friday for 2 games in a row, a doubleheader. We'll be doing both the Shitbirds and the Trash Pandas, which should be a very, very interesting action-packed matchup. That's going to be first on Friday. And then following that is going to be Stoats Knitters ending the night. So I hope you will join us for that. In the meantime, I've been TG, and I hope you have an awesome night.